Hi, happy Sunday. It's Taking Back Canada with Katie, and I have an exciting video for you today, and one that most of us purebloods have prayed about. Didn't we all pray back in 2021, 22 that while our loved ones were willingly or not so willingly going out and getting that we prayed that one day there would be something researched, invented to remove that from the body, and we just might be onto it. So yeah, there's this researcher, and his name is Rafa Calvin, like R-A-F-A, and then Calvin like Calvin Klein. Now, when I went to Google him, I didn't see much on him as a person, no, LinkedIn account or anything too interesting. But as soon as you put the word nanotech after his name or nicotine after his name, you will find like scads, like pages and pages of information. And that's interesting because there's a few mainstream articles, mainly, science orientated, debunking this claim. But watch this whole thing. I've tried to just keep some condensed versions of clips that I think are really interesting in my video for you to hear. And then I'm going to put the link in so you can watch the whole thing afterwards. And it's pretty interesting. I don't fully understand it. I just love to pass on things that I find really interesting. And I encourage you to do your own work, your own research, right? Especially if you are regretting getting that. If there's a possibility that nicotine, and I don't think it's just by smoking or getting the patch, there's a science to it, so you need to watch this video. But if that is a way to get that out of your system, that's something I think that's worth looking into and doing the research on. So I hope this video will inspire you, and that the links I've left will help get you going on your little puzzle and research project to take back your health and the health of your loved ones, for anybody that doesn't want that in them, that wishes they had never. Fortunately, I'm not one of them. I knew my spidey senses were out from the moment it was all coming out, so I don't have to worry about it, but I do have to worry about people I love. So I'm passing this to people I love, but it's only them who can, initiate a plan to really look into this. Okay? So something else is when you get to, there's a gentleman that's going to come on in the video called Stacy, Off Grid with Stacy. He's got a pretty big YouTube channel, but I believe that's the same one. But anyways, oh wow, like I zeroed in on the title of his page, that nicotine is going to, that they're going to do away with nicotine. But it's funny, I watched his whole video and they didn't say a word. But I did include a clip, a small clip that I videotaped of my friend, welcome to the PSYOP, talking about, giving me some of his knowledge. But I also just read something he said, that when they did their last health forum, World Health Forum, they said that by 2030, nicotine would be wiped off the planet. So isn't that interesting, if that is indeed the cure to crush nanoparticles, such as spike proteins, and they're even saying myocarditis to heal, and only in 2 weeks. So I have a clip of that gentleman talking about that, a couple of different clips. So I'm going to say goodbye, because I don't want it to be too long for you. And just please, I hope you enjoy. I hope you're inspired. I hope you share this with everyone that needs to see it. Okay? Happy Sunday and happy belated Valentine's Day. Hope you had a good one. Love you. So I came across this video a little while ago, posted by Karma on Twitter. Nicotine destroys nanotech. So Karma is an account, make yourself sheep and the wolves will eat you. And she has 100, or he has, or whoever has, 125,000 followers. And this video has had 1.7 million views. So let's take a look at it. We know that the mainstream media is debunking it, but we also know they're not telling us the truth most of the time. And they seem to be working for people putting a lot of money in their pockets, not for the people. So let's have a look at this. And I have more to show you.
Of the dental anaesthetic. You can now see that the nanotech is totally destroyed by the nicotine mixture. Dr. Brian Ardis stated that nicotine was the very thing that could destroy nanotechnology. Rafa has confirmed exactly that. Please share this video everywhere. We are now looking at how we can deliver nicotine in the correct dosage in a liposomal form, just like the liposomal and microsomal that we use on the EDTA, which obviously gets rid of the spike protein, shedding, and helps in vax injury.
Interesting.
This is life-changing.
How they want to get rid of nicotine,
so to confirm again, what you're seeing here,
I'll show you more on that,
is nicotine steeped in distilled water being placed on dental anaesthetics, and you can literally see the nanotechnology dissolve, be destroyed and dispersed. Obviously, putting this on any platform puts us in danger, as we know, but somebody has to show the solutions to these pollutions. And we are a team of microscopists that don't want to make money out of anybody. We want to give you free solutions. We're not affiliated to tobacco industry or nicotine, but obviously you need nicotine in its purest form. Tobacco and the tobacco industry obviously put harmful substances in that. So you need tobacco at its purest form and nicotine at its purest form. So watch this space on liposomal, on microsomal nicotine.
Okay, so there's some names for you. You're going to need do your homework and find an awake dentist. There's more of the same. That video is also on Rumble. So I'm going to click because it's a little bit longer than the one that was posted on Twitter.
Calvin from La Quinta Columna is looking at dental anesthetic at 100 times magnification. You will see the nanotechnology, the microchips that self-assemble, and we've already seen those in the Pfizer vaccine and other injectables. Rafa has dried out the sample for 30 days, and then he is looking at the sample under 100 times magnification. You will see hundreds of nanotechnology and microtech. Rafa then mixed 1 gram of tobacco in 5 cc's of distilled water and let it steep. He then puts a small amount of the tobacco in the water mix with the pipette onto a slide on top of the dental anaesthetic. You can now see that the nanotech is totally destroyed by the nicotine mixture.
Pretty wild.
Dr. Brian Ardis stated that nicotine was the very thing that could destroy nanotechnology. Rafa
this could save humanity.
Exactly that. Please share this video everywhere.
So be suspicious if the new golden age people want to get rid of nicotine. That'll be telling.
How we can deliver nicotine in the correct dosage in a liposomal form, just like the liposomal and microsomal that we use on the EDTA, which obviously gets rid of the spike protein, shedding, and helps in vax injury. This is life-changing. So to confirm again, what you're seeing here is nicotine steeped in distilled water being placed on dental anesthetics.
That's what they said in that first clip I showed you. So I'm going to end here. So something I found on Reddit, Quiltus Theories. Breaking: tobacco nicotine destroys nanobots in shots. A new study by microscopists with La Quinta Coloma has shown the self-assembling entities found in Pfizer, Moderna, most recently dental anesthetic, are totally destroyed by a nicotine mixture derived from stepping tobacco in distilled water. Researcher Rafa Calvin, see, there's that name again, made this discovery by isolating a sample of dental anesthetic for 30 days, then applying a nicotine mixture taken from a solution of 1 gram of tobacco and 5 cc's of distilled water. In the video above, you can see when the nicotine mixture interacts with the nanotechnology, the structures disintegrate and disappear completely. La Quinta Coloma is now testing this nicotine solution on a Pfizer shot sample, and if successful, may have the beginnings of a treatment protocol for detoxing humans of this alien technology. Very cool. Then I'm going to show you this one. Nicotine can reverse myocarditis. They're saying in about 2 weeks, but I'll let you hear.
Anyone heard about myocarditis by chance? We're going to get off the brain tumor thing. You're learning why it is the state has to lie to you about nicotine. Anyone heard anything about myocarditis?
So there's this artist.
Did you know there's studies that prove nicotine alone reverses myocarditis? In fact, in 14 days or less, if you give somebody 3 days of nicotine, by day 14, all the scarring and damage to heart cells are completely reversed by nicotine. Oh my God.
Wow.
Where are all of my cardiologists? Well, Peter McCullough and others, I hope all of you are paying attention. I'm very proud of Dr. Peter McCullough, the cardiologist, who published on his Substack the nicotine study I showed with long hauler COVID. Did you know that HIV has a spike protein that actually does the same thing? It targets nicotine receptors. And did you know nicotine protects you from having HIV and AIDS? Or worse progression with AIDS? This study by the NIH, on the NIH's website, 2004. Glantamine and nicotine have a synergistic effect on blocking microglial cells in the brain activation induced by HIV's one spike protein called GP120, which also is a snake venom protein. Abstract. This is what they are studying here. HIV and nicotine. Chronic brain inflammation is the common final pathway in the majority of neurodegenerative brain diseases, and central to this phenomenon is the immune system's activation of brain mononuclear phagocyte cells called microglia. This inflammatory mechanism is a central component of HIV-associated dementia, abbreviated HAD. Further, this activation, as measured by tumor necrotic factor alpha and nitric oxide release, is synergistically attenuated or stopped through the alpha-7 nicotine receptor system by pre-treatment with nicotine.
And then, as I was mentioning in the first clip, nicotine destroys nanotech. Why they're coming after cigarettes. So, it's going to be interesting to keep our eye on this. I haven't even watched this video. I just decided to grab this because it ties in very nicely. So look at this. Public Health Communications Collaborative. False claim circulates that nicotine prevents alleged COVID, destroys so-called nanobots present in mRNA vaccines. But look at this. That was August 28, 2024. And then you click on it. You can see that they're trying to scream about everything else being fake or false. And then I went along couple pages, and lo and behold, that whole article is missing. So here we are into August. Don't see it. Don't see it. They say that one a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of people screaming about that. And then we're in July. So nothing on that article. That's interesting that they scrubbed that. I have this wonderful community member. Welcome to the PSYOP. In the millions of carcinogens that tobacco companies put into their products that give us cancer, there are many benefits of nicotine. Add this to the list. It makes sense while people during COVID on tobacco rarely got severely sick. To which I replied, incredible. My big bro, my oldest one, and he has special needs. He's 73 years old. Took a stroke after each jab. He had the first 2. We banned him from ever getting more. He smokes and walks everywhere and doing awesome at 73. So wow, wow, wow.